Alright y'all, for tonight, I'm going to go on a little test ride. Try out the audio from my Cena, linked directly to my Insta Ace Pro 2, and see how it does at night. Let's go. So whenever I use my action cams, I never do any voice recording, just because with the GoPros I've always had to use a secondary mic, and I've never wanted to invest in a setup with extra wires coming from the camera. But now that I've got the Insta Ace Pro 2 with its wireless mic straight to the Cena and the headset, and they're in the helmet, it makes maybe doing voice recordings a little more obtainable for me. So we'll see how it does tonight. We're just gonna go out here, go up to Reddington, maybe catch some of the sunset and the sunset behind me. So see if we can catch some views, hang out for a little bit, and then do a little night riding and see what the quality of the footage looks like at night. So come along. Well, definitely going to be a night ride. I think I got out a little bit later than I expected, because the sun is almost all the way down. We're going out here to the east, where there's no reflection from the light from the sunset. But I do have two big lights on the front of my bike, so night rides are equally as fun. Haven't done a night ride in quite a while. Now that the summer months are coming, we'll get back into doing some more night rides. But you can see that sun is glowing orange out there to the west. Fun fact, if you ever come out to Tucson and ride Reddington Road, right down here just at the base of Reddington, just before you get to the dirt, this guy actually has a camel and a donkey as a pet. I don't see him right now, but they're probably tucked away for bed. Up this little windy section of asphalt, give you a nice little warm up before you get to Reddington Pass. So this is part of the Coronado National Forest, and the city actually maintains the first few miles of this road pretty good. There's a couple hiking trails and stuff that a lot of people come out and use for some light recreation, light hiking. They're all relatively short. Mile and a half or so. So it's good for a lot of people to come and do something that's not super serious. A lot of van conversions up here, obviously, because to answer the thing. As we pass one on a camping spot and are about to go by another one. A little bit of a corner, so it's kind of a bad spot to go around. But we're alright. Appreciate it. Always nice when people slow down and wait for you to go by. It's always nice to do your part and say hi, let them know you're appreciative. A little bit of a sunset out there. A lot of people don't like the east side of Tucson just because there's a little more rundown. There's some old neighborhoods that aren't kept up as nice as if you're out in Oro Valley or Catalina, obviously. But man, the views out here in Redington and up the rest of the mountain and the ease of getting out here, you know, this is like a 15-minute ride from the house. And I'm in an awesome playground of desert, so it is hard to beat living on the east side of Tucson for me. Obviously, everybody has different desires, but mine is to be outdoors. Before we continue on, I think we'll take a little pause right here. This is a nice overlook right here. Normally there's always people camping here. You can see that these spots right here always have, these spots normally have people sitting in them. This is kind of these past two corners we went through is kind of where everybody camps at ever since they made the parking lots down there in the lower portions of Redington and put up no camping signs, no overnight parking signs. It's pushed everybody up here to this little overlook, windy road, which is honestly the nicer spot to camp. I don't know why more people didn't come up here to begin with when you have views like this to look at every night. That's pretty awesome. Alright, well, we've sat here for about 45 seconds. That's enough taking in the view for me tonight. I didn't come out here to stargaze and sunset watch. We will continue on. There's a little loop up here. I call it the bathroom loop. Probably a mile and a half little loop. A little more of a technical spot than just riding straight down Redington. But it's a perfect spot for adventure bikes to kind of get their feet wet. When we're doing group rides, we'll typically stop there and go through a little section. And it's a nice tell to see if the riders you're with have the skills for it to be a smooth day or not. So we'll go do that loop real quick. Super easy for me, no issues. But we'll go do that loop real quick and then head back out. That'll probably be enough time. So these lights right here that are on, these are my low beams. They still do pretty good. High beams, could be a little bit more light, but you're not going to go much faster than this, which is about 25. with just high beams. Turn on my aftermarket lights. Man, that'll give you the option to go a lot faster and see your terrain. This is way more torn up than normally. I don't know if I've ever seen the city come out this far to clean up anything, grade the road, or add soil back into where all the rocks and stuff are missing or sticking out. But man, this part of the road sure has taken a beating. Right after this cattle guard, we're gonna go left. This is the entrance to the bathroom loop. So, the reason I call it a bathroom loop is because we'll come out at a bathroom. I just stopped here. It's getting a little dark. I've heard that the pure video mode on Insta cameras does a little bit better in low light conditions. So I just switched over and we'll see. What's up, Moo Cow? See how the quality of the video does with just my headlights. Obviously it's going to be a pretty dark night, so there's not going to be much for lights out here. Man, riding at night, I don't know if you guys have ever rode at night, but it is a little more trippy. You know, I'm not one to say I'm afraid of the dark, but ride at night a little bit, see some shadows out in the distance. You might say otherwise. What's up, cows? There's always a bunch of cattle out here. There's a couple harder lines I could take, but I haven't rode at night in quite a while. So we're going to take all the easy lines. Make it through all this stuff as expeditiously as possible. the clutch and slow riding is your friend. All these slow turns I've been doing have all been modulating the clutch and the throttle. A lot of people have issues when they first start riding off-road because they just want to, you know, they get a little scared and, you know, when in doubt, throttle out. But to an extent, if you're just spinning your wheel and throwing up a bunch of roost, that's not helping your situation if you're trying to climb up a technical area. So you want your wheels to, you know, propel you forward instead of spin. Alright, there is the bathroom loop. Right up ahead here on our right are the bathrooms. So, very quick, easy loop when you're by yourself. Now we're just going to head back down to the beginning of Reddington, hit the pavement, go back home. Nice, short, sweet, easy night of riding. You know, just something to get out here, really test the camera, give you guys my first video with narration behind the camera. You gotta let me know how it is. How'd I do? Did I ramble on too much and just chat about nothing? Or was it informative and somewhat entertaining? Stop at that spot right there. That's kind of where we started the ride at. Alright, stop on the way out. Take a look at all the city lights. Man, it is pretty up here from Reddington Pass when you're looking at all the lights on your way out. You know, I'll just slow down right here. Kind of slow roll through here. Just enjoy the scenery a little bit. do 50 on a flat road like this all day long at night. The corners and the rocky spots where you want to slow down, use a little more caution. Well, as we get to the end of Reddington here, about to get back on the pavement, I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in.